Yeah, please. So I sat at the piano and played that for more hours than I care to recount. Just left hand, just playing that, the chords in the right, and I just started singing over it because I wanted this piece to be very, very free. So I just started singing over it, and all the backgrounds that I came up with are those vocal lines that I was singing there, and there are also a lot of kind of textural things that are going on. So what the piece ended up being was this groove that's happening over and over, and the musicians have these different background figures that are numbered, that they can play at any time in any combination. Which brings me to the other challenge that I had, is with the moment that I figured out what this piece had to be, I was still approaching it like it was any other piece that I've written, top left to bottom right with X number of measures. And I realized one day that that was not going to work. This piece wasn't developing into what it is that I needed it to be. And the best analogy I can give you is I once saw a man trying to walk a Great Dane. Great Dane is a horse, so really you don't walk a Great Dane, it walks you, right? And so he would take a couple of steps with this dog, and then the dog would just stop. And the man really couldn't do anything. He was pulling and tugging, but the dog was just looking at him. He just had to stand there until the dog was ready to move again. And then the dog would move, and he'd take a couple steps with it, and then the dog would stop. And this man was just really horrible to watch, just stop and go. I felt really bad for him. But that's how I felt with the development of this piece. I would work on it, and as soon as I was taking the piece in the direction that it didn't want to go, it would just stop. And I would sit there and struggle for a while, not being able to understand, I don't know what's going on, why can't I make this happen? Then I would have a breakthrough, and I would make more progress, and I would go, and then all of a sudden I would stop again, because I was trying too hard to control the piece. And that's when I realized how free this piece had to be. And so I had to kind of develop this different type of a notational style to make that happen. And so everybody in the band is looking at the same sheet of music. I call it the one sheet, and I've never done anything like that before. Usually, the lead trombone and lead trumpet has their own part, and the tenors have their own part. So everyone's looking at the same sheet of music for this. And what we're going to do for you right now is we're going to play that groove again, and then we're just going to play through these background figures so you can hear all these different lines individually. And then when the band performs it as a whole, then you will be able to hear how all of them work together.
Uh-huh.